The Irish government is a radical outlier. The Irish government is going in an extreme policy which no other European country is going in. Workplace closures have been longer, far longer, multiples in this country than any other European country. The health service has seen much longer closures in this country than any other European country, which has seen many people being denied cancer care, mental health care and heart disease care. Our schools were closed far longer in this country than any other country, which has meant that children haven't had access to education and have been socially deprived. This country has a housing crisis, but yet it's the only country in all of Europe that closed the building of homes for the first 4 months of this year. An incredible situation. Religious services have been closed longer in the south of Ireland than any other European country. Baptisms and communions and confirmations are happening since Easter, safely in the north of Ireland, but are banned in this state. Ireland is the only country in the whole of Europe where indoor hospitality is banned. It's an amazing situation. Indoor hospitality is functioning in every single other country in continental Europe, except this country. And today, the government will look to railroad a vaccination pass through the Dáil. And I repeat, no other country in all of Europe has looked for a vaccination pass to be included. Even when the travel certificate was being discussed at EU level, they were very careful not to make it just a vaccine pass, to give people the option of a test of some sort, to take away that discrimination element that would be at the heart of a vaccine pass. And vaccine passes are discrimination, pure and simple. What they say to people is, young people, you don't have a right, the same rights as older people who have had the vaccines, or people who have had allergies. Tough. You don't have the same rights as other people. Or the many people who have decided not to take the vaccine as of yet and to wait for long-term research on the vaccine before they take it, they're discriminated against as well. And on antigen testing, this government has ignored best practice internationally. We're one of only 6 countries in the whole of Europe that is not using antigen testing currently to control the illness. It's over a year ago since we in AIM2 called on the government to introduce antigen testing. It's over 7 months since the EU gave the go-ahead for this country to use antigen testing. And now the government has created a working group to discuss the potential of using it in society. And before that working group is even set up, they pull the rug from underneath them and they say that antigen testing is not going to be used in hospitality. It's absolutely mind-bending to see the way that the government is tying itself up in knots over and over again and ignoring best international practice. It's incredible to see it try to reinvent the wheel over and over again, and at the cost to so many people. And hundreds of thousands of people have been pushed into poverty. There are 20,000 restaurants and pubs in this state, many of them pushed into poverty, many of them in debt, many of them zombie businesses, only alive because the government has those supports. And once those supports are taken away, many of those businesses are going to fall. 200,000 people work in the sector, workers who are getting stuffed economically due to these government restrictions. A young person can work in a restaurant unvaccinated but not drinking it, but they can go across the road to the hotel and drink and eat to their heart's content all night long. But they can't attend a confirmation in the back garden along with a dozen people. You and I on the 19th will be able to fly to Copenhagen. We'll be able to get a meal in a restaurant indoors unvaccinated, but we can't walk down the street in our own town and do the same. And why is this happening? And I believe it's because we have a really insular, inward-looking attitude towards this illness. And secondly, and I agree with Paul Murphy on this, is because Sinn Féin have stuck their finger in their air and to find out which way the wind is blowing. They provided no opposition to this government. It is absolutely time that we follow the science. The science does not change when it crosses the Irish Sea. The science is the same in every single country in Europe. And why is Ireland an outlier?